What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Evac Builder, and today I'm going to show you how we can deep research with Google Gemini AI. So if you're ever wondering about something and you want to research it and learn more about it, for example, I was just watching Russ is Right. He was talking about Donut Lab or something, like they have some new solid state battery, and he was wondering if it's real or if it's fake or what's going on with it. And I don't even know what this battery is, right? So I had Google go and do this deep research about this, right? So it's currently working on that, and I'll show you that when it gets done. But what I wanted to show you here is that, so if you come to Gemini.google.com and you're using Google Gemini, and then you go to tools, so right here, tools, and then deep research, right? So you click that, and then you can type in your question, and then you basically, it looks like you can add some files and do some different stuff. But you basically either type in a question, or else you can click the microphone thing and just talk the question. And so what I did is I asked it, is the Donut Labs solid state battery like a scam or vaporware or whatever, right? And then I had it start going. And so this is one of the best uses of AI, is for researching and learning about things and gathering information and organizing thoughts and stuff. Because so you can see the thinking right here. So it starts investigating. It's trying to figure out if it's actually a developer of solid state technology. It seems like it might be white labeled or something, but it goes through this whole identifying the emerging player, analyzing extraordinary claims and skepticism, verifying real-world performance. So then it goes through here, and it just went through what is this? 20 or 30 different sources right there, and there's 20 or different websites right here it researched. So tracing technical origins, reconciling physical limits, validating industry credibility. So then it goes and researches another 30 websites, and it keeps thinking. It goes researches another 30 websites. No, it kind of rinse and repeat through the whole process of trying to solve your question. Alright, so then once it gets towards the end and it finishes like we just did, then you've got kind of that says I've completed your research. Feel free to ask me follow-up questions or request changes. And then so what we can do here is if you go create audio overview, it will start generating this thing that you can listen to. And that usually takes a couple minutes to do that. But then in the meantime, so we've got this whole report over here. It's got contents, right? So look at this whole, it made this whole report. So this was it's basically you just told the AI, go research this, and then in just a couple minutes, it comes up with this whole report. And it's just giant. So think about that. How long would that have taken you to go research and think through all of that and go to all of those 100 different websites and learn about all of these different things and understand what's going on, right? So, but that whole process of figuring all that stuff out, that doesn't matter. We just want to know the answer, right? So that's what AI is for. It's saving us time, and it's saving us mental energy of thinking, right? So now we can just get to the answer and get to what's important here. So apparently there was a January 2026 announcement by Donut Lab regarding a production-ready solid-state battery that has precipitated a moment of intense polarization within the EV industry. So, I mean, it says it claims there's an energy density of 400 watt-hours per kilogram, a complete 0 to 100 charging interval of 5 minutes, and a cycle life exceeding 100,000 cycles. If validated, this technology would not merely represent an iterative advancement in energy storage, it would constitute a paradigm shift that renders the internal combustion engine and the incumbent lithium-ion supply chain obsolete. So it's a pretty big deal if it is real. But, so it says, however, the chasm between these stated specifications and the established laws of electrochemical thermodynamics, compounded by the opaque and insular corporate structure linking Donut Lab to its primary client, Verge Motorcycles. Isn't that Keanu Reeves? raises significant concerns regarding the technological readiness of the product. I was just watching something about Verge Motorcycles the other day, and it was like Keanu Reeves thing. So, like, we've already in the first paragraph of this report, there's like some like tie to Hollywood or something like that. So, I'm not really interested in like reading this whole thing, but usually I just usually okay, so there's a okay, so there's like the verdict at the end. So it kind of goes through all of this. So timeline, anomaly, development versus production claims. So they're comparing Donut versus the industry to compare their roadmap against the established leaders in solid state race. So it says Donut Lab claims to have beaten QuantumScape, Toyota, and the entire battery industry to market with a superior product, using less than 1% of the capital and a fraction of the development time. While capital efficiency is possible, the laws of physics and manufacturing ramp-up curves do not typically bend for startups. The 1,000 cycle claim puts them in a completely different category, one that suggests they are measuring something fundamentally different or are extrapolating data from non-representative microcells in a way that major OEMs would not accept. So it seems like let's see here. So it just seems like Donut Labs, they're claiming that mass production is like starting now, right? Where all of these other like Toyota and all these other like Samsung, they're saying that mass production isn't going to start until like 2027 or like 2028 for Toyota. And so you can't really see the validation phase for Donut Lab because this little label for CES 2026 right here is blocking it. But the validation phase, like the pilot validation phase for Donut Labs, looks like it was half of a year, whereas like Toyota, they say that they're doing pilots and validations starting in 2025, but they're planning on it taking multiple years, like 2024 to 2027, before Toyota is gonna try mass producing it, right? And it's kind of the same thing for all these other ones. So somehow Donut Labs, like, they did their pilot and validation in half of a year, and now they're just like saying that it's all locked down, it works good, and I don't know. So there's a conclusion here. I usually just skip to this. It says, is Donut Labs solid-state battery vaporware? The answer requires a nuanced definition of the term. If vaporware is defined as a complete fabrication with no underlying technology, Donut Lab likely does not fit the description. The involvement of credible academic researchers and the physical establishment of a pilot line argue for the existence of a real R&D project. However, if vaporware is defined as a product marketed with capabilities and availability that vastly exceed its actual readiness and performance, then Donut Lab fits the profile disturbingly well. The physical device the verdict is it's marketing vaporware. The physical device almost certainly exists, likely as a high-performance hybrid supercapacitor battery using mesoporous silicone and nanopaste. However, the claims of it being a production-ready universal replacement for lithium-ion are highly suspect and likely exaggerated. The company has taken theoretical maximums from hybrid cell research and marketed them as the baseline performance of a commercial product. The Q1 2026 delivery date for the Verge TS Pro is the hard wall for Donut Lab. So it seems like there could be a few scenarios. Either a delay, like deliveries are pushed to 2026 or 2027 due to supply chain issues and everybody's going to get mad about it being vaporware. and then they might downgrade it, like bikes ship, but with version 1 batteries that have standard specs, and then they just promise there's going to be a better battery in the future. That'd be so bad. And then scenario C is the miracle when Donut Lab delivers as promised and the world changes. So I don't know. I never say never, but based on the preponderance of evidence, specifically the manufacturing immaturity at Imatra, the physical implausibility of the cycle life claims, and the insular validation loop, scenario A or B is the most probable outcome. Donut Lab is a startup with a promising but immature technology, aggressively over-marketing itself to survive the valley of death. So here's the Vaporware Risk for Donut Lab. Overall verdict: critical probability. There's a high likelihood of exaggeration or failure. Key indicators align with historical vaporware patterns. Circular ownership structures and technically impossible claims. Their financial health is a negative 1,023% profit margin with minimal initial capitalization. So is Keanu Reeves just like giving him money from Hollywood or what? So the corporate structure is critical. So Donut Lab, Verge, and Kova Power are owned by the same individual. No LinkedIn presence for founders. LinkedIn is such a miserable website. That website should just go away anyways. Financial health looks bad. Technical specs, physics defying claims, manufacturing timeline contradictions, and then the validation, the prototype exists but it's untested. So that was kind of it. It's still doing the Donut Labs battery claims versus physics, and it made an hour-long audio overview of this. Oh my goodness! And it's still not finished doing the hour-long audio overview. But hey, I just wanted to show you guys how you can deep research with Gemini and like really get to the bottom of things. I do pay for Gemini. I'm on the Ultra plan because I just use it every day, all day long. But it's pretty easy to make money with it. So, and it's also available for like $20 a month if you get the Pro plan, and that can get you pretty far. I used that for a long time until I started doing AI full time. And then there's also a free plan. I think you can do a deep research just like for free, maybe on the free plan. I'm not sure how they limit the free plan really. And then so what you can do is you can go to like export to docs, or you can share it and then go here and it'll create a link. Oops, I'll share it. Create a link right there, and then I can put that in the description of this video, and then you guys can go look at this too, and then listen to this audio overview that's an hour long if you want. But I don't know. I just saw Russ is right. He was wondering about that, and then I wanted to show you guys one of these useful tools. This deep research thing on Gemini that helps me learn about things and figure things out every day. And I kind of like do this to learn about things instead of like watching TV, like watching YouTube and just like mindlessly consuming content. I like to kind of like research things and learn things, like exercise my brain in my spare time. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Let me know how you use Gemini AI to do different things. I'll post a link to this in the description so you can come here and look at this if you want. Thanks for the idea, Russ. It was kind of an interesting. I'm always interested in different battery technology, but I'm not going to spend 8 hours researching it all to get to the bottom of it, you know? So this is what we use the AI for, boys. So like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.